Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to give you that shortcut, the way to get really informed without drowning in information. We cut through the noise, find what matters, and bring it straight to you. And today, we're diving into a really fantastic source, Andrew Kagan's weekly technical newsletter. It's called Technical News You Can Possibly Use. We're looking at the June 27th, 2025 edition. Honestly, this newsletter is like a gold mine if you want to keep up with tech, innovation, trends. Andrew pulls together some really practical, actionable stuff, and he organizes it really well into these key focus areas. So that's how we'll tackle it today. We'll just, walk through those areas one by one.
It is incredibly efficient, isn't it? What's fascinating is how much ground one single source like this can cover. You get a snapshot of really significant developments you might otherwise just completely miss. It's all about, efficiently gaining that practical knowledge, a real time saver.
Totally agree. And speaking of practical, let's kick things off with Azure, the core cloud platform. Andrew immediately flags an AI toolkit. It's presented as a video playlist. Seems like a really hands-on resource for anyone working with AI inside Azure. There's also the general Azure Update June 2025 video mentioned. Those usually cover a lot. Did Andrew pull out anything specific from that general update that seemed particularly key?
Yeah, he definitely leaned into security, which is, always top of mind. On the operational side, the newsletter points right to a video about protecting Azure storage with Microsoft Defender for Cloud.
Okay, storage security.
Exactly. If you're managing data in the cloud, this isn't just nice to have, it's essential. Andrew's focus seems to be on the latest features, maybe things like real-time malware scanning for storage accounts, or maybe new ways they're detecting unusual data exfiltration, or even better alerts for misconfigurations. It's moving beyond just basic controls to active threat intelligence right where the data lives.
That makes sense. Real-time intelligence is huge. Okay, so moving from the cloud infrastructure to the tools we use daily, Microsoft 365, Andrew mentions OneDrive Office Hours, June 2025. That sounds like a good direct line for users, right? Get questions answered. And here's something that caught my eye. Windows 365 cloud apps now in private preview. It sounds like more than just streaming a whole desktop, maybe streaming individual apps.
That's the implication, yeah. It suggests you could stream specific applications from the cloud to, any device. Think about the flexibility for businesses. Delivering software without local installs, maybe without needing full VDI.
Right.
It really does blur the lines between what's local and what's running in the cloud.
It really does. But okay, here's the headline that really jumped out from the M365 section. This new Copilot feature will change how you work. That's really like Andrew usually doesn't overhype things. What is this feature, does he say? And then more practically, there's a tip. Manage Microsoft resource mailboxes in just 15 minutes. That sounds useful.
Yes, practical efficiency. And that ties right into the broader themes of user experience and flexibility in M365. On the UX side, Andrew points out SharePoint gets modern page templates.
Okay.
Now, that's not just cosmetic. It makes creating content easier, keeps branding consistent, helps teams publish faster.
Makes sense.
But for me, the really big news, speaking of flexibility, is the on-premises edition of Microsoft 365 for productivity.
On-prem.
Really? Yeah. This isn't trivial. It speaks directly to organizations that, for whatever reason, regulatory, security, infrastructure can't go fully cloud for everything.
Right.
It shows Microsoft is still catering to those, diverse enterprise needs. It's a significant move.
Wow, yeah. That on-prem option is definitely a game changer for some sectors. Okay, shifting gears again, let's talk Power Platform and Dynamics 365 business apps automation. Andrew notes Power BI UX just got easier. Always good news for anyone wrestling with data visualizations.
Absolutely. Small UX improvements in tools like Power BI can make a huge difference in adoption,
Definitely. And Copilot is everywhere here too, isn't it? We see add Copilot Studio Agent to model-driven apps side pane. Okay, so Copilot Studio lets you build custom AIs, and model-driven apps are those Dynamics 365 or Power Apps things. So AI help right inside the business app.
Exactly. Embedded assistance.
But this next one sounds even more interesting. Copilot repairs flow errors in Power Automate Desktop. Repairs errors. That's not just generating content. That's like actively fixing problems in automation flows.
Yes. And think about what that implies for scaling automation. It's not just building flows, it's maintaining them, troubleshooting them, which leads perfectly into why Andrew also highlights Copilot Studio Licensing Power Customer Advisory Team, Power CX.
Ah, the licensing angle, right.
Because if you want to roll out these powerful AI tools, the ones that build and fix things across your whole organization, you absolutely need to understand the licensing, the governance, the costs, how to manage it all at scale. The Power CX team works with the biggest customers, so this shows Microsoft is thinking hard about those enterprise-level challenges.
That makes perfect sense. Those practicalities are key. Okay, next up, DevOps, SRE, and infrastructure, how we build and run software. Andrew includes a discussion on platform engineering versus DevOps. This is a big topic right now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. It's about optimizing workflows, clarifying who does what, trying to get towards more product-focused infrastructure. It's less about them being opposed, more how they fit together. Platform engineering builds the internal tools, the platform.
The DevOps teams then use. Yeah. Got it.
Right. And AI is weaving itself into this whole process.
Yeah, Andrew flags using prompt files in GitHub Copilot for Visual Studio. So ways to make the AI coding suggestions more consistent, reusable.
Standardizing the prompts.
But also AI-powered performance testing for apps.
Yeah.
That sounds like more than just running tests.
It is. It suggests using AI to actually find the performance issues, maybe predict bottlenecks under load, or even suggest fixes.
Wow.
It's a shift towards more intelligent, proactive quality assurance, not just reactive testing.
Okay, connecting that to the bigger picture.
Well, Andrew points to lessons from 2 years of AI in software engineering. That gives real-world perspective on how AI is actually maturing in the dev cycle. It's moving past the hype. And with GitHub Copilot Agent now available for business users.
Right, broadening access.
Exactly. AI is becoming less of a niche developer tool and more of an integrated part of the enterprise toolkit, speeding things up, improving quality for whole teams.
Makes sense. Okay, let's dive into data, analytics, and AI itself. Andrew mentions the General Fabric Update June 2025. Keeping up with Microsoft's big unified data platform, and for the traditionalists, SQL Server 2025's engine performance and scale enhancements. Good to see investment there, too.
Definitely need to keep those foundations strong. But on the advanced AI front, there's a really interesting piece. It asks, how will multi-agent systems change collaboration and automation?
Multi-agent systems.
Yeah. The article is Designing Collaborative Multi-Agent Systems with A2A Protocol. A2A means agent-to-agent protocol. Think of it as like a common language, so different AI agents, maybe built by different people on different platforms, can actually talk to each other and work together.
Ah, okay, so AI is collaborating.
Precisely. It's a step towards these more complex, autonomous AI ecosystems where agents can tackle big tasks together without humans needing to manage every little step. Foundational stuff for the next wave of AI.
That is fascinating. Okay, shifting to maybe the most critical area today, security, compliance, and privacy. Andrew kicks off with a big strategic point. U.S. military redefines zero trust.
Right. And when the military makes a move like that, it signals how fundamental zero trust, never trust, always verify, is becoming everywhere.
No kidding. And then the flip side, the constant threat.
Yeah.
AI jailbreak bypasses guardrails.
Yeah, a reminder that the security race is ongoing. These aren't simple tricks anymore. They're sophisticated attacks exploiting subtle weaknesses in AI safety systems.
Pushing developers to build stronger defenses. Okay, then some specific Microsoft security updates. Microsoft Entra Custom Authentication Extensions.
Allowing more tailored login experiences.
Next evolution in multi-cloud security.
Tackling the complexity of protecting assets across AWS, Google Cloud, Azure.
And secure AI apps with Microsoft Purview SDK.
Which is about building data governance and compliance right into the AI apps from the start.
So it looks like Microsoft's strategy is really hitting identity, multi-cloud protection, and embedding security in AI itself. A coordinated approach.
Absolutely. And it highlights that constant arms race. You see innovations on both sides, offense and defense, which is why Andrew also points to practical tools like Recon Map, open source pentest and vulnerability management platform.
Oh, an open source tool. Nice.
Very useful for security teams. And also accelerating response with Defender for Office Air. AIR is automated investigation and remediation.
So it automatically deals with email threats.
Investigates and responds, yeah. Speeds things up massively for security teams. It's all about speed and coverage.
Definitely need that speed. Okay, let's transition now to learning and certifications. Personal professional growth. Andrew includes an interesting one. Microsoft 365 data protection airport analogy.
I like a good analogy. Helps make complex stuff stick.
Me too. Sounds like a good way to understand data protection rules. And for career planning, there's a Programming for Data Science Beginners Roadmap.
Oh, that's valuable. Data science is huge, so having a clear path for beginners is great.
Yeah, it provides some structure.
And this whole section just underlines that continuous learning, it's not just a buzzword, is it? It's essential to keep up.
Totally.
Andrew also included a piece on the evolution of LLM transformer architectures, 2017-2025. LLM being large language model. Understanding how those AI architectures evolved helps grasp how we got to today's generative AI.
Right, the history matters.
And then something super practical. Build saws in minutes with Claude code, step by step.
Wow, build saws in minutes.
Well, maybe a prototype. But it shows how accessible, powerful tools are becoming, even for complex tasks. Democratization again.
Absolutely. Okay, finally, let's look at the big picture. Industry news and trends. Andrew highlights a really foundational idea. AI literacy is the new literacy.
That's a powerful statement. Suggests that understanding AI, what it can do, what it can't, is becoming as vital as basic digital skills were.
Yeah, I can see that. And then we get into the really, really cutting-edge stuff. Quantum computing. There's Microsoft's new 4D quantum error-correcting codes, trying to make quantum computers more stable, right?
Exactly. Correcting errors is a huge hurdle. Using 4 dimensions is, well, pretty mind-bending.
Definitely. Then there's a discussion with top quantum researchers on future and challenges. Good to get expert perspective.
Keep it grounded.
In this headline, Japan's supercomputer leap, 1,000 bits beyond the U.S.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, these point to the absolute future of computing. It's almost hard to grasp the scale sometimes.
It is, but it's also incredibly exciting. And connecting back to AI accessibility, Andrew also flagged Anthropic empowers no-code Claude users?
So using powerful AI like Claude without needing to code.
Exactly, making these tools available to a much wider audience. Part of that democratization trend we talked about. These aren't just tech shifts. They're changing how we all interact with information, with computation, how we think about what's even possible.
Wow. Okay, what an incredible amount of ground we just covered, all from one newsletter. We went from Azure Details, M365 Productivity, Copilot showing up everywhere, through DevOps, data, AI collaboration with A2A, all the way to critical security like Zero Trust, then learning paths, and finally these huge industry shifts in AI literacy and quantum computing. For you listening, getting these kinds of focused insights from a source like Andrew's newsletter, it's invaluable, isn't it?
It really is. And as we saw today, staying informed, it's not just about collecting facts. It's about understanding what they mean, the implications, how they might actually shape your work, your field, the world around you. That's when knowledge really becomes powerful, when you understand it and can apply it. So maybe a final thought to leave you with. Considering this incredible pace of change we've just discussed, especially in AI, maybe quantum computing down the line, what new skills do you think will become absolutely essential in your specific field over, say, the next 3 to 5 years? And maybe more importantly, how could you start proactively building those skills starting today?
That is a great question. Something definitely worth thinking about. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive. Keep that curiosity going, keep learning, and we'll catch you next time with more insights.